The final DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is about to be released tomorrow. Who do we think it's going to be? Who do I want to see in the game? All this and more will be discovered right here in today's video. Hi everybody, my name is Dominic and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The newest DLC character is coming out tomorrow, and I got some things to say about it. So I put together a list of some characters that I personally would love to see inside of the game, but also some characters that would actually realistically be inside of the game, because I know for a fact some of these characters are people that Super Smash Bros. Would never even consider. But it's whatever, it's whatever, I'll move past it. But before we go ahead and dive right on into today's video, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. But without any further ado, let's get smashing. So, like I said, I put together a list of characters that I would love to see inside of the game that I've been wanting for years that I think would just play really well, and then I also put characters on this list that I actually think are actually going to be put inside of the game and actually have a solid chance. One of those characters that I think has a solid chance of being inside of the game is Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot has been talked about for a little while. A lot of people would like to see him inside of the game, to the point where during the Sephiroth reveal, a lot of people actually thought that Crash was going to be the one who was revealed, because there was a tweet made out that made it sound like Crash was going to be revealed, but then all of our expectations were crashed when it was not him. But Sephiroth was, I think personally, in my own opinion, I think Sephiroth was a better reveal than Crash Bandicoot, but that's just me personally. Next is a character that I think no one will be shocked at all that I probably want inside of the game if you watch my Nintendo Direct video, Okami Amaterasu. I want Amaterasu in the game so bad. I would love a quadruped wolf inside of the game. If we can't get Wolf Link, I don't see why Amaterasu shouldn't be inside of the game. Yes, I know she's in the Marvel vs. Capcom. It's not good enough for me. It's not enough, girl. I want more. I love this character. I think she'd be amazing. I think it'd be great. Her moveset would be super fun and interesting, and what a concept. What a concept. Do I think she'll actually be in the game? Probably not, but a boy can dream. The character that I probably think will be in the game most and has the most likelihood of being this actual last DLC character is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Now, I'm sure this surprises absolutely no one. There was a leak that came out recently where everyone was talking about this reveal happening on October 5th, and it was predicted before Nintendo actually did that, and apparently that they were asking for music from Kingdom Hearts for a reveal on the 5th, so I know we're not playing Among Us, but that's a little sus. I think Sora is extremely likely and would be massive enough of a character, someone that people have been wanting for a very long time, that it would be a worthy final Smash character. I personally would love to see Sora in the game, even though I haven't played a ton of the Kingdom Hearts games. I have always meant to, and I'm a massive Disney fan, so I would love to see Sora in the game, and maybe it could be that final push to make me, jump into the series. Another character that I personally would love to see in the game that I don't think is going to happen at this point, and even if it does, I think it is far too late for it, is Paper Mario. I think Paper Mario is a strong enough character on his own, aside from real Mario, where their movesets would be different enough, but also a lot of people love Paper Mario. It's a great series. After the third one, they kind of dropped off and dropped the ball, but that's besides the point. If you haven't played Paper Mario, go ahead and play it. But I do think it is a little late for Paper Mario to be added to the game, because if they added a Mario character at this point, I think there'd be a lot of controversy. I think there'd be a lot of people mad, and a lot of people getting their pitchforks and torches ready for a fight. Doesn't mean I still wouldn't like to see it. One other thing that I heard circling the interwebs was that people were talking about having a Gen 8 Pokemon representative, and of those Pokemon that would be represented in a Smash character, I could definitely see them doing one of the starters. Don't think they would do Inteleon. I think if they were going to do one, it would either be Cinderace or Rillaboom. Cinderace has a lot of possibilities because of different things that Cinderace has been in, great attack moves, and just like a all-around great Pokemon. Rillaboom just because there isn't a grass-type starter inside of the game, and as much as I would love to see Sceptile and Decidueye, I think they would try to do someone who is a bit more recent, a bit more memorable right now, and I don't know, I could just, it's something I could see them doing. Is it a character I necessarily want? Probably not. But is it something I could see Nintendo doing? Yes. Next up is another character from Marvel vs. Capcom that I know I should stop complaining about. Those characters are in a fighting game already, but I want them in Super Smash Bros. Because Super Smash Bros. Is everything, and I want them inside of this game. I want that for them. I want the best for these people that I care about. And that would be Phoenix Wright. Yes, sir, I want this tall drink of water added to my Super Smash Bros. Roster. I myself would love to see Phoenix Wright added into the game. I think his moveset would be hilarious, and what a funny final character to be added to the game. Do I think he actually will be? Probably not. But would I love to see it? Hell yes, I would. I would love to see how they incorporate just this normal human being into a fighting game like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Speaking of normal human beings with no powers whatsoever, Cooking Mama is a character I'm going to add to my list. Now before you go ahead and start the hate train and dislike the video, I think this would be a hilarious opportunity to make this character something special. I kind of picture her being like an Isabelle type character, of being very cutesy but jokey, but also kind of scary with some of the moves that she has, of like, they're just so good. I personally would love to see Cooking Mama inside of the game just because it is something completely out of left field. She could like use some knives or just random cooking things, or slap you across the face with a good old spatula. I mean, who doesn't like that on the weekends? I think Cooking Mama would be a really funny introduction to the game. I don't know. I think it'd be funny. I know she will never ever be considered, but I think it would be great. For the next character, I actually have a group of 3 characters from the same series because I don't know who they would choose from this group, but I do want someone from this group inside of the game. I am a massive fan of the Tales of series, and I have been waiting for a character from that game to be introduced as a fighter for the longest time. They made Lloyd a costume. I got a little bit of hope here and there, but like, I never got too much, and at this point I doubt they're ever going to add a Tales of character because I doubt it would be the last character in the series. But if they were going to add one, for those of you Tales fans out there, I could not decide between Mila Maxwell from Tales of Xillia, Saray from Tales of Zestiria, and Velvet from Tales of Berseria. I think that all of them would be great additions to the game. All of them are very recognizable, have good standalone movesets. Their mystic arts could already be their final smashes. I think it would just be an incredible opportunity to shine a light on this series in Smash Ultimate. Honestly, I could see Velvet being the one that may be the standalone of these 3, just because she has the giant monster hand thing, and I could see her just ripping and tearing people to shreds. I'd love to see it. Another character that people have been expecting for a very long time, but we still have not seen hide nor hair of, is Bandana D from the Kirby series. I do think it is a little late for Bandana D at this point. I do think he is already in his grave at this point. I do not think he will be introduced or ever thought of again. It is way past his time if he was going to have one. But personally, for a Kirby rep myself, if I was going to choose another Kirby rep to add to the game, I would love to see Prince Fluff from the Epic Yarn game. I do think that he is a cute enough design on his own. He is something that stands out. He would be different. He would have an interesting concept. And I think his fighting abilities would be a little more unique than what Bandana D would be doing. Call me controversial. This may be me being controversial yet brave once again, as I am known to be. I think that Prince Fluff would be a little bit more of a unique character and add to the game than Bandana D would. But I don't think they're adding a Kirby character anyway, so what does it matter what I'm saying? As you've probably noticed, a lot of characters on this list are characters that I just personally really love to see in the game and are not characters that I think will realistically be inside of the game. And we're going to continue that trend with Oliver from Ni no Kuni. Now, for those of you guys who have never played Ni no Kuni, it is a JRPG helped made by Studio Ghibli, and I absolutely love it. I think there is so much possibility that could be done with Oliver. He has a lot of different magic attacks, and he can also fight with his familiars inside of that game. He has all sorts of different familiars, but I do think that if they were going to pick one to fight alongside him to use when he's not using magic attacks, if he wanted a melee attack, I think he would use his little mite friend, the little orange one with the sword. He's adorable. It is the first familiar that you get inside of the game, and I do think he is the most iconic of all the familiars and the most recognizable, so I do think that they would have his little soldier of the heart, his little mites, to help him out there, and it's just something personally that I would love to see. I just think that Smash should be an opportunity to shine a light on characters from game series that are not that talked about and maybe not considered that memorable, but bring a whole new audience and vision to these games that are good games and good series and that need more attention and that need a spotlight shown on them for even just a second. And if Smash Ultimate's not going to do it, I'm going to do it with this video. If you've not heard or played any of these games or seen these characters that I am mentioning, even if they're not going to get added to Smash, you should look up these games because I'm spitting straight facts today. I'm not telling you nothing that is not good. I would not recommend you something that is bad because I am here, I'm your internet best friend, and I'm not going to steer you wrong. Another really out there, out of the box character, you noticing a trend here, is Monokuma from Danganronpa. I think out of any character from Danganronpa that would be added, I think Monokuma would be the most interesting to add. I mean, he's a robot, he has a whole bunch of different things that he could be doing, and he's just really funny. If they wanted to add him alongside Junko Enoshima, I think that would be very interesting as well, because she is kind of the mascot of the game with Monokuma. And they could do something like that, but I could see Monokuma being a solo ad just on his own. Also, the new Danganronpa game is coming out sometime soon, so would it be unfathomable? No. Is he popular enough to be the last character in Smash? Probably not as much as Sora, but hey, a boy can dream. I know I've said it once, but I will say it twice and I will say it thrice. I will always keep saying it, that I will dream of these characters being added to a game that will never even look at them. Speaking of characters that are never even looked at, or even considered, or remembered by probably anyone who plays video games, I'm talking about basically every main character of Suikoden. I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every single main character from this series I could see possibly being added into the game. No, I'm totally joking. I can't actually see them being added to the game because no one knows they exist. You've probably never even heard of the Suikoden series, but it's one of my favorite video game franchises of absolutely all time. Yeah, I could see absolutely any of these characters being added into the game, and I think it would be a really flooring experience, because I think I'd be the only person in the entire world that's happy about it. So I think it'd be really interesting, but I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Another character that I really thought about, and I'm actually surprised that a lot of people don't mention this character as often as I've thought about them, is Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank is a massively popular gaming series to the point where it's one of the PlayStation's standby titles, and they had a movie made about them. So the fact that Ratchet & Clank have such an interesting concept and fighting style and are popular enough, I'm really surprised that Ratchet & Clank hasn't even been considered, talked about, or looked at by a lot of people. I think Ratchet & Clank honestly could be introduced as this last final spot, and would be something that I would consider big enough for this last one to be like worthy of a final reveal. I think, to me, Sora, Ratchet & Clank, Crash Bandicoot, all these characters would be people that we've been wanting for a while, but are characters that are, I think, worthy of a last Smash position. They're not just someone that I'm just randomly stating in this video to get their names out there. These are characters that I actually think would be in the game. But yeah, Ratchet & Clank, people are sleeping on him. People are absolutely sleeping on this man. Man, creature, Lombax, robot, thing. He should be in Smash. Alright, so we are getting to the end of our list. I have 3 characters left. I have 2 more oddball choices, and then I have 1 choice that I actually think I would not be surprised if they added to the game. So let's start with the I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they added Tracer from Overwatch. I myself am not an Overwatch player. I do not play Overwatch, but I know it is a heavily popular game. A lot of people play it, and some people really want Tracer inside of the game. She's one of the most recognizable characters from the series, and if they were going to have a representative, I do think it would be Tracer. I think it is a popular enough game to where if she were added, a lot of people wouldn't be upset about it. I do think some people would be a little mad that it wasn't someone more recognizable. I don't know. I'm not an Overwatch fan. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just listing this character because a lot of my friends want Tracer. I don't play Overwatch. I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but I haven't played Overwatch. For my last 2 characters, like I said, they are oddball choices. I'm gonna save the craziest one for last. So the other character that I would have thought about adding to the game was Zagreus from Hades. Now, I know that Hades is like a standalone game that a lot of people probably were not considering having a Smash character from that game in the game. I would love to see it. Zagreus has a lot of different ways that he fights in the game. He uses different weapons. I think he is interesting enough as a character, both in combat and art style and the way he looks, that I think he would be a nice character to be in the game. I don't know. I know that he would never even be considered. He would never even be looked at. But that's this list that I'm making. The list is that I'm making these characters, some of them realistic and some of them that I just think would be good. I don't know. If I was to ever make Dominic's Smash Bros Ultimate, like Dominic's own fighting game, all these characters would have a guaranteed spot. I'm just saying. And the final choice on my Smash Bros Ultimate list is going to be wild. For those of you who have never played the Katamari series, I think that the prince, yes, the prince from that game, the little tiny green boy who pushes around a giant Katamari ball, I would love nothing more than to see how they do that in Smash. Just this like little tiny human alien hammerhead shark, I don't know, just pushing around this ball, and that's just how he fights, with this massive Katamari ball, and you can barely even see the character himself. I think it would be hilarious. I think it'd be another Cooking Mama-esque thing of like, if they added the character, it would be purely like a joke character, kind of like Piranha Plant as well, just like added to the game of like pure shock value and pure like, how does this work? Who is... why? But alrighty, there you have it. There are my hopes for the last final Smash character of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Like I said, the final DLC character gets released tomorrow on October 5th, and I could not be more excited. I hope it breaks the internet. I hope it is amazing. Personally, I think the character it is going to be the most, and the character that I'm hoping it is the most, is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I'm sure I'm not alone on that. I'm sure I'm not the only one who believes that. But I listed a whole bunch of characters today that I think would just be super fun to add to the game, that I could see being added into the game and having great movesets, but I know, like I have said, that they never will be. They never will be, and I'm just gonna have to be okay with that. I'm just gonna have to move on. I'm just gonna have to move on. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content of mine, and let me know down in the comment section below. Do you agree with any of my choices from today's video? Who do you think it's going to be that is revealed tomorrow? Who do you hope it's gonna be? Who would you like to see as the final character? And who do you think it's actually going to be? You know what, let's make that the question. It's gonna be a double feature, just like the new season of American Horror Story, double feature. It's gonna be a two-parter question. Who do you think it is actually going to be, and who would you like it to be? Two questions right down in the comment section below. Let me know. But again, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!